We are here today, and we are talking about.
Go to the first one. All right.
Go to the first line.
Okay.
Josh took control.
All
He's
right,
running it now.
Let's let it happen.
We're talking about Hawkeye. Why? Because they've been releasing a lot about Hawkeye right now.
Now you're just being vindictive.
No.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
He's pulling some crap on us when we start
You think
rolling.
it's gonna be what's his name? It's
Jeremy
not
Renner?
Hawkeye.
Jeremy
It's not
Renner.
Hawkeye. It's
No,
It's his alter ego.
It's going to be Hawkeye.
but ultimately he's gonna be his alter ego.
Hawkeye.
What? No. What's the name? Snyder?
Ronan.
Yeah.
Ronan is the character that he portrayed in the Avengers.
Yeah.
I don't think he's
his
going to
alter
be.
ego.
I don't think he's going to be Ronan in here.
You don't even a piece of it. You don't think?
Okay.
This is what I think.
I think a piece of it is going to carry
it's going to be
over.
post Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna get a lot of tying in with Endgame and Ronin era, what happened during that time, and it's gonna have like a crossover type thing.
But the title of Ronin is something that multiple MCU characters in the comics have portrayed. Like he's been Ronin, Captain America's been Ronin.
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
I thought it was his bad alter ego.
No, it's something that he portrayed in Endgame, and I think you're right. I think they're going to tie a lot into that.
So wait, so what? He had an actual alter ego?
He wasn't.
It wasn't alter ego. It's just him
wasn't
going rogue.
He wasn't Hawkeye when we
Mhm.
saw him in Endgame. He
Yes.
wasn't Hawkeye.
Yes.
When we got to him, he was the Ronin. Was his character?
because he lost his family and he kind of went rogue.
Oh, so he
and became,
changed.
an assassin.
Okay, so you think that this is not going to be backstory like we saw? I guess I haven't seen it yet, but like Black Widow isn't Black Widow some backstory?
I think this might be backstory. I don't know.
Well, the artwork
because
looks like
they've already released a lot of photos with, and this is what I was trying to talk about earlier. A Haley
What's her face?
Steinfeld.
Stein.
Yes.
Yeah, her.
That singer, the actor. She's in True Grit. She's in
okay,
Begin
yeah,
Again.
yes.
She's playing her daughter, and she's a lot older than what we see in the girl who plays his daughter in Endgame.
Okay, so it's going to be after Endgame.
It's gonna, at least that's what people are predicting.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that she's supposed to be his daughter.
Interesting artwork choice.
I don't like the title.
Okay, well, it's just Hawkeye, but the artwork is rough.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, there's usually purpose to
You know what this makes me think of?
the MCU universe graphics. What?
Italian Job.
The Italian Job? Does it look like
Italian
the Italian Job?
No.
Yes.
But it does have like an 80s mafia style to it.
I could literally make this
Easy.
in my little art thing with one font, and you just highlight the outside of the words with white, and
Sometimes
the yellow. Yeah, the simple font, the yellow.
A big thing with Italian Job is they have, I know we're getting off of Hawkeye, but they have these Mini Coopers that they drive around. They have I can't remember what it was, like 5 Mini Coopers because they're trying to get away from whatever job they're doing. And it's kind of
Aren't
like
they
that
robbers?
because they're like, it's the cars are making the logo type thing.
Oh, okay, I got you.
But I have a feeling there's usually a purpose to the design. So we saw with Loki, there's a purpose to that design.
Okay.
We saw with Black Widow. It's more like harsh action, has the little red hourglass symbol. So there's usually a purpose to why they make certain choices. I'm guessing this is not, they wouldn't release art for it like this if there's not already concept as to why it's going to look like this.
It's definitely probably supposed to be like a bullseye.
What? No way.
You don't think so?
For an archer? No way.
Yeah.
A little arrowhead.
No, you're right.
But lowercase is interesting.
It is interesting. I'm not.
Well,
And the A is definitely with the it is an I.
yes.
Yeah. So a little bit. I want to talk a little bit. So as far as what we've seen, you've seen all of WandaVision.
Yeah. We've all seen all of
Yes.
WandaVision.
Have you've seen a little bit of Loki?
2 episodes.
Okay.
Proud of
You've seen
myself.
Loki.
Yes, I haven't seen What is the
Falcon and Winter
Falcon and
Soldier.
Winter Soldier?
Okay.
I have not seen that.
And I've seen all 3.
Mhm.
From what we know, from what we've seen, I don't know that we can accurately. I don't know that we could accurately predict what this show is going to be.
Okay, well, let's just all right. If we were gonna say they're advertising his daughter, explain that period of time real quick, and let's make some assumptions. So quickly give like a synopsis of
Okay.
what's after Endgame, maybe around the age of where his daughter would be.
Mm.
So what's happening? Because you guys are much more familiar with the storyline of Hawkeye and everybody from the movies.
So they've released, and I don't know if I should show these because they can't see
Well,
them
just
here, but,
show it to us. Okay.
Photos like these have been released.
Oh yeah, those look cool.
So it's definitely, in
Show
my
your
opinion,
camera a little bit if they can see it. Just hold it up. Yeah, just zoom in there. Just use your fingers and pinch in. There you go. Now hold it up.
a lot of things like this. I don't even think it's
Show
really
your
long.
camera. I think it's closer. Yeah.
I'm assuming that's supposed to be like his daughter,
Mm-hmm.
kind of in
Yeah.
the future past Endgame, is what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's past Endgame. Do we have any information of what happens past Endgame?
To Hawkeye, no. We just know he has his family back.
Okay, and it's because of time travel?
Because of the events of Endgame.
Mhm.
He has
Because his
back.
family disappeared.
All of them disappeared.
See, these are details. There's so many characters. I can't
So,
keep them
well,
straight.
at the beginning of Endgame, all of his family disappeared. They all came back when Hulk snapped his fingers.
Mm-hmm.
And so all we know is he got his family back.
Mhm.
I don't know that he will be back. I mean, think about it logically. The kind of person he became after his family was gone.
Was Ronan.
Yeah, it was rough. And he
Yes.
might be actually distanced from his family in this upcoming show.
Maybe.
And his daughter is going to be like seeking him out. Or
So, okay, there might be kind of like, that would make sense, because then
Mhm.
there might be a redemption story in there, because the show's called Hawkeye,
yeah.
so he's coming back to his original hero name,
Mm-hmm.
Hawkeye, and so maybe there's a bit of a redemption story in there.
Yeah.
I'm guessing maybe his daughter has obviously a heavy part to play in
Mhm.
that redemption story. That would make sense.
What I hope it's not going to be, and I feel like it could be, and maybe not. I'm happy with what Marvel's doing
Mhm.
with Disney Plus and all this. I hope they don't give us some Arrow-esque show. I don't want
think
that.
so either.
I don't want that, but
I don't
I
think
hope
they're
they
going to
don't.
do it.
Okay, so
There's going to be I think the show is going to lean a little bit more character heavy than that.
mhm.
Especially on him because not only did he lose his family and got them back, he lost Natasha.
Mhm,
Didn't get her back.
mhm.
He didn't, she died, just plain and simple. She's gone.
She's
So-
gone. She's gone.
So that sort of reinforces his depression. I don't think
He
he's
got
going
a
to
sick haircut and tattoos, though. That's what he gained.
I don't think he's going to be all together
Mhm.
when we see him next. He's probably not even going to be with his family.
He's going to be a little bit in the weeds.
He's going to be,
What he probably did was move to Alaska
'Cause
and
that's the
work on
place
a
where people-
reservation.
Yeah, people
That's
that
not-
people that are
that's not
depressed
that
and want to be
movie.
alone move to Alaska. That's what happened.
he
Well,
wasn't
no.
in Alaska in that movie.
Or was he?
They were in like the northern Midwest.
Do you even know what I'm referencing?
No.
You never
Wind
seen Wind
River?
River?
Maybe. Actually, I'm
It's
thinking
got
about
Elizabeth Olsen in it.
Yeah. See,
She's a detective.
it's got the Scarlet Witch on
seen
it,
the trailer.
and
Saw the
she's
trailer.
pretending to be this like FBI detective character, but
It's a good movie.
Okay, I'll watch it.
really
Yeah.
it's the Scarlet
I
Witch in
think you would like
disguise.
it.
All right. Before we get to the main topic, I want to quickly discuss MCU universe.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say this. Let me give my thoughts.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
you guys have
sorry.
a lot of thoughts. I have never, for a long time, been a fan of Marvel
Mhm.
universe stuff. But then they started doing the Disney Plus shows. Shows, I feel like, is such better avenue, especially since these shows look like movies.
Mm-hmm.
such a better avenue to tell stories of this magnitude. Maybe you need movies to tell Iron Man and Captain America's stories, and I'm not a huge fan of those, and Hulk and Spider-Man. But when it comes to these side characters like Loki, oh my gosh, I loved it so much.
It's because long form storytelling is essentially a movie, but they give us so much more content as far as what the characters are thinking, what they're feeling, and how they're processing all of this.
And they're pulling out characters that they would be like, oh, we can't take time in a movie to tell this weird comic character.
Yeah.
But then they have the witch from WandaVision.
Yeah.
What was she, the Scarlet Witch? Something
No,
like that.
she
No,
was
not
a
Scarlet
different-
Witch. That's the red lady.
Mhm.
There was another witch.
I don't remember what her name was.
The Scarlet Witch is
How many
Wanda.
Marvel movies are there right now?
There's like 12 or something.
There's a lot, but I will
More than
say
12, my guy.
I
20?
like that they're repurposing these, endless characters that were created in the MCU.
Loki
Yeah.
is
I
such
count
a
21.
21. Okay.
That could be wrong.
Holy cow.
That could be. There could be
So
more.
Loki, I think everybody has latched on to him in the movies. Everybody's latched on to his evil, good, character, and I think the Loki show is a perfect show for him.
Yeah.
'Cause you get to see kind of what goes on in his mind. And I'm actually, as much as people dislike Hawkeye,
People dislike him? I didn't know.
people are like, he's useless. He's a guy with arrows.
He uses them like bullets.
Yeah.
We've had this debate before.
We haven't had a debate.
You've had a heated
An
discussion.
argument.
We've had a heated discussion. Josh,
What was the argument? I can't remember.
Josh thinks that if you put that Hawkeye would still be superior to someone like Daredevil. If you put a bow in Daredevil's hands, that Daredevil still wouldn't be as good as Hawkeye. Daredevil's a metahuman. All right, with super senses and can already throw things and make them bounce off walls and hit dudes in the head and not kill them.
This is my argument.
Say it.
Daredevil by himself, good. Hawkeye with a bow, going against Daredevil. Daredevil would probably win. Daredevil with a bow, Hawkeye with a bow. Hawkeye's gonna win. Hawkeye, the bow is his thing. He thinks that Daredevil is as good with a bow because he can hear.
I don't think he's as good with a bow. He probably doesn't have the muscle memory, right? He doesn't. But if you gave him a month to practice, I think he'd be making shots that Hawkeye can't.
I disagree.
Okay, here's the ultimate question. Daredevil, Hawkeye, Green Arrow, Legolas, Katniss Everdeen.
All right, so Katniss is dead first.
Wait, she
What?
has some serious skill. You saw her in the second movie. She's shooting those animatronic practice machines. She's like a ninja with a bow.
Okay,
Could she take down?
Katniss is dead first.
First, no, she's
Yes.
last.
She's
She's a woman. She's last. I'm kidding.
who's another good archer? I guess Robin
What?
Hood.
Robin. Which
well,
Robin? Which
there's
version
no
of Robin
good
Hood?
version of Robin Hood that we have confirmed.
No,
there's
yeah,
been too
the
many.
cartoon version.
No, it's like saying
Fox.
it's like saying Peter Pan, where you're like, which one?
I was
The cartoon
obviously
one.
directly referencing Kevin Costner's.
Nobody knew that.
I disagree. I disagree.
I feel like there's another good archer.
Well, let's just lay out these. So,
Okay.
because Green Arrow, you guys completely overlooked.
yeah, no. Green Arrow, I think, is absolutely on the same skill level as Hawkeye, at the very least.
Then why wasn't he a main
No, I
superhero?
disagree with that statement.
Wait, is he in the MCU?
No, he's
He's
DC.
DC, oh.
No, he's the DC's Hawkeye. He is their
I
Hawkeye.
think Hawkeye's still better
Hawkeye.
than Arrow.
I don't think there's much distinction between the two. They're both incredibly skilled archers.
Okay, well then let's say this. Simplify.
I think
Go ahead.
Legolas,
The Lassie boy.
the Legolassie. I think he's probably most likely coming out on top.
He takes down elephants with a swing of his
An
hand.
elephant.
Yeah.
An elephant.
Elephant.
No, an
Oliphant.
oliphant.
I think Legolas is coming out on top with this one.
I have to agree, but I also could be biased.
You know, well, he's an elf.
He's from Middle Earth.
These other two guys aren't elves.
No.
They're extremely skilled humans. But Legolas is an elf.
He's also a lot older than
he
everybody.
Yeah, he can literally run on top of grass.
That's a book detail.
Well, that's elves.
Mm.
That's elves. Elves don't. They're so light.
They're like feathers.
They're like feathers.
They have all this body mass where they can do warfare, but then when you go to hit them, they just go like they feel hollow.
Yeah. I mean, he's jumping on shields, sliding down stairs.
Dude, that's why they don't have to eat. They eat lambus bread, and they're like, I'm
Lambus?
good for 4 months.
My guy, I think it's pronounced lambus bread.
It's probably actually lembas.